grateful to him for giving way. Can he explain what resources, additional resources have been made available within the prison system to ensure that those who commit terror offences are then not left there to radicalise other young offenders, because that's been a huge concern and the government has been pretty lacklustre in dealing with it. And secondly, when they are released, what resources and support will be made available to local authorities and other partnerships to ensure that other young people are not susceptible to their influence? Because it's one thing to sentence, but quite another to deal with the underlying challenges in communities.
Well, I'm grateful to the Honourable Lady for raising that issue, and can I first of all give her the strongest reassurance that at times it might have appeared from some of the coverage of the way in which terrorism is monitored in prison that somehow our system is failing. It is not. There are many aspects of the counter-terrorism regimen within our prisons that in fact are world-leading, and that other countries are learning from and are coming to us for help and advice. And I'll say this about what we recently announced. The doubling of the number of specialist probation officers, and indeed imams as well, with specialist training, will further improve the way in which we deal with terrorism, both inside prisons and in the community. And I can reassure her that after 2017, when the Home Office and my department came together with the JEXU, the joint unit that monitors and deals with terrorism, when you visit a prison with a particular specialism like this, for example Belmarsh, you will see embedded in the control structure and command structure police officers, probation officers, all parts of the system working jointly together around the particular offender, and making sure that it's not just a job of monitoring but also anticipating and understanding the trends and the themes that are emerging and the information that they get. A lot of this, of course, this is an important point, a lot of it is of course of a sensitive nature, and it would be wrong of me to dwell too heavily upon the detail. But what I would say to her, that of course we have created separation centres, and separation centres are challenging because one shouldn't be using them on a whim. There needs to be a very clear basis upon which one would separate individuals of known extremism from the rest of the prison population, because there is a danger that in doing that one could create an even more worrying unit or cadre of individuals who feed off each other and whose agenda of hate and terror is only entrenched by the fact that they are separated from the rest of the prison community. But she's right to say that it is a very challenging balance to be reached between separation and the danger of the proselytisation of these views amongst other more susceptible members of the prison community. But we have the resources, we are ploughing the resources in. This legislation is only part of the step-up approach that I announced earlier this year, and she can be reassured that not only is the work going on within prisons, but to deal with her point about the community, the specialist probation officers of course will be having a community role as well, and indeed there will, I'm going to refer to it very shortly, the statutory review of Prevent will, I believe, give us an opportunity, all of us, an opportunity to hone and improve and refine our approach to terrorism within the community.